Kai. I was born in London. I came to Portugal in 2022. I think it was the winters, November or December, something like that. I've been here 2 years, something. I'm 28 and I'm doing business here. I was born in London, so I would always love London. But I've been to a lot of countries, almost all of Europe, Austria, Sweden, Russia, Lithuania, Latvia, Poland, can't even count, Croatia. So I've been to a lot of countries, Romania as well, and they all have their different aspects that people love. For example, I like cold countries when you have more opportunities to do more fashion in colder countries, because for men you don't have anything to wear in summers. It's just t-shirts and shorts and pants. So the colder countries, and also if you're going on a date in a cold country, you don't sweat like a pig. But in summers in Portugal, just be prepared to book a cab if you're going on a date. And those are different aspects, but Portugal is good because it has both kinds of weathers. In winters it's very cold, which I like. In summers it's warmer, that a lot of tourists like, and I like it because tourists come into my place in summers. That gives us, all the business owners, the opportunity to do more business. And Portugal is just different than others, and that is what people want. If every country was the same, then nobody would travel. So I would just tell them that Portugal is different, it's good, and if you come here you will like it. What brought me to Portugal was an accident. I came here on someone's suggestion because I didn't plan to come here particularly to Portugal or Lisbon. I just didn't know Portugal then, so came here. In the beginning was like very nice, landed in Lisbon, enjoyed a few days, but then it started getting lonelier in Caldas. Didn't know anyone, didn't speak the language, couldn't communicate, and I'm a person who likes to explore, likes to go out. But then eventually, slowly, I started getting friends, started picking up the language, started going into different groups, and it became natural, and I decided to stay. The biggest challenge was to just like, you could do anything, you could fight anything until you have the motivation. And the biggest challenge was to be motivated, because when you're not motivated, you don't want to do anything. You just want to stay home, stay in your comfortable shell, and don't want to do anything because you are afraid that you will fail. So that was the biggest challenge, to motivate myself to go out, to speak to people, to join groups, to do new things. And then eventually I spoke to people, I joined different groups, I got friends from different countries, and eventually I was able to come over and just start with something. Well, Portuguese people are naturally welcoming. They I think they're very used to being that kind and nice to everyone. Well, all the like, there's exception everywhere, but all of Portuguese people are actually very welcoming. So they were helpful. They were telling me where to go, what to do, and I was not able to find a house to live in, but eventually I got a house, and now I live alone in a house, which is actually good because of the market. Now people don't find houses very easily. So yeah, the community was helping. The law and the regulations in Portugal are very straightforward. If you know them, you could just go do anything you want. So I think in that way Portugal helps people. That's why a lot of people are coming here to settle, to live, or to do business, because it's just very straightforward. It's not like other countries where you have these small lines that you don't read, and then eventually after you open your business you have to pay so much fee on things that you didn't even know about. So that's straightforward, and the clear regulations of Portugal helped me in believing in myself that I could open something. Well, yeah, Portugal has a lot of opportunities, especially because it's growing. It, for example, a few years ago, if you had said Portugal, nobody would even say that Portugal has startups or anything. But now it's changing, it's developing, it's coming into IT and all. So I was always interested in knowing what Portugal has to offer, and then I ended up in Caldas. And Caldas, particularly, is a hotspot for expats and for people who want to live in Portugal because it's very close to Lisbon, it's very close to the beaches, it's very close to a lot of things. It's like in the center, it's the Silver Coast. You have beautiful things here, and it also has the proximity that it provides for you to do anything you want. You might be a surfer, you might want to go to the beach, and you could do that. You might be an IT guy, you want to meet your peers, so you could go join the community in Leiria. So the proximity and also the vibe of college is different because you don't feel like you're claustrophobic in college. College is open. You don't feel like you're out of air in college. Oh, safety. Well, if it in terms of road safety and like social safety, I think it's the one of the best countries possible because I've been to a lot of countries, and to be honest, I've never seen people walking around carefree at 4 a.m. in the morning or without any fear. And that's actually true. I've done it myself. I've done it with my friends as well. And like living in London, we have this thing of that if we're going with a female friend, we just drop them, walk them to their house, or we take them in our car and drop them to their house. But here it's normal. It's just like they will just tell you, oh, I will just walk to my house, and it's normal. They do it all the time, and it's safer here, which is surprising but also very good because that is not what's happening in a lot of places in the world. So that's a good aspect about Caldas, especially. Caldas is one of the best cities to live and be safe to do anything at night or during the day. Well, when they accepted my documents to give me the residency, that was the moment when I felt welcomed, because it's a very hard process to submit everything. You always miss something. You need a translation for something, so it's a very hard process to get through. Well, once you get through and they accept all of it, then you feel like, oh, okay, now I'm done. I'm welcome in Portugal. I can live here legally. So that was the moment that I felt, yes, now I half Portuguese. I have a lot of groups here. I play volleyball at the beach with a lot of groups. There are expats mostly, but there are also Portuguese people. There are Brazilians, and people are welcoming. People are nice. When I came here, people helped me find the house, and my friends, they helped me in getting through a lot of things. They went with me to the offices to speak Portuguese for me because I didn't. Now I'm trying to speak some Portuguese, but still it's not that good. So people just offer you. You don't have to ask them. If they're your friends, they will just offer, okay, I'll go with you, I'll speak Portuguese for you. Or if you need someone to go to the office and just be your guarantor wherever you need, they do it. And they're very trusting, especially when you go out with them, you build a rapport. After that, they're very trusting, and I think I like that about Portuguese. What surprises me the most now is that I was able to do all this. Like, I can't even believe that a few years ago I didn't even know that I will do this. I didn't know I would design a restaurant. I would plan the opening, I would plan the menu, I would plan so many things, and I was just coming here just like a normal business IT guy, earning money in a different country, just coming here to travel. And it was scary in the beginning. So I was always thinking that I would go back. I never thought that I would stay here. So this is all like a surprise. But the personal growth that Portugal has offered me has been immense, because now I'm more confident. Now I have a business, so I could just tell people, okay, now I've done one of the things that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to open a restaurant, and now I've done it. Now I can move on to the other stuff. So I think that is a big improvement and a big, what do you call, success, because this was a dream for me for 10 years, and it came true in Portugal. So I think that's the biggest thing that Portugal has given me. And speaking half Portuguese, oh, well, that's an achievement. When I came here, I didn't know anything. And okay, to be serious, accomplishment is that I've been focusing a lot on my learning, because when I was in some other country working, I didn't have time for myself. I was just working. Obviously I was learning new things. I always loved learning new things, but I didn't have enough time to learn that I'm learning here, because I have time here to do my business. I come here, I handle everything, I make sure everything runs smoothly, and then I have time for myself. I go out with friends, I focus on speaking in Portuguese so that I learn more. I learn other stuff as well, for example, about tech stuff. I'm a geek. You can't see that, but I'm a geek. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm focusing more on learning. Well, the long-term vision is to do more business. I'm already planning to open more businesses. I have my fashion website in the US. I'm planning to bring it to Portugal because of the clear regulations and no extra fees and all that. So it'll be convenient first and cheaper. So I'll bring that company here, and then I have plans to do more, because Portugal has opportunities. And also I'm pursuing my long lost passion of DJing. So that's also a good thing. Maybe I'll be a DJ in 5 years playing at Tomorrowland. But yeah, I'll have more businesses for sure. My work week is pretty balanced, to be honest. It wasn't before. When I was starting this place, when I rented it, I was here all the time, working like 16 hours every day to design it, to tell the construction guys, okay, do this, do that, buying stuff. But now that I've started it, it's looking pretty balanced, because I went back to the gym after 4 years something, and now I feel good, and I have time for personal stuff. I also have plans, like I could go meet people who are like me, who are entrepreneurs, and I could go speak to them. I could plan future businesses. I could plan some meetups. Also play volleyball at the beach. I love that Portugal has a lot of beaches, and you could just travel 10 minutes in any direction and you will find a beach. Portugal is like full of museums and cafes. That's what people say. And those are both good things. Museums give you knowledge, and cafes give you caffeine, which you need to study. And I love that wine is readily available, and you can go to wine tastings, which I love, and you could learn about different kinds of wine, and that also gives you knowledge as a business owner, because it's not just for hobby purposes or just to do it as a recreational activity. When you do it, you also get wiser as a business owner. When a customer comes into the restaurant, you know what they're asking for. So Portugal has that opportunity as well, that when you learn about wine, it's not just recreational, it's also good for people who are business owners into hospitality and bars and all that. So I think That is what brings hobby into business and marketing. Do proper research. Don't come here like me. I came here without any research, without any knowledge of language, nothing. I just got lucky. I just found the right people, and you might also find the right people, but don't really count on it, because right people are always there, but you should be prepared yourself as well. So get your documents right. Just research what you want to do. If you're coming here for business, it's good, it's amazing. If you want to work here, just research if you have your work here. Otherwise, if you just roam around without work, I don't think it'll be a good country for you. Although it's a very nice country, but because of your personal experience, you might not feel that way. So put your personal feelings aside, do some research, and come in. And if you want to enjoy, just come in. Don't do any research. It's good. Just be open, and be ready to try a lot of sardines and seafood. And if you're a vegetarian, then be prepared to be shocked. So yeah, that's the advice. It's the culture is good, everyone is nice. It's just that there are things that you might not like, because it's just totally different from what you do. For example, I'm a vegetarian. I came here and I realized that there's no meal without meat in the typical Portuguese people who are older, who believe who eat the traditional Portuguese food. So there will be nothing without meat. So that was a culture shock. But then it's you're learning about a new culture, so you just have to be prepared for that and accept it for what it is.